Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Way to end the week. Sabres fans, let's rejoice. Join me. Please join in the comments if you can, because these Sabres just slapped around for the second time in 2 weeks the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs that are bound again to lose in the first round and make Leafs fandom, make people like Steve Dangle absolutely rip their hair out. And now, mind you, I hate saying things like that when it comes to Leafs fans, because I like Leafs fans. I love them. I'm friends with a lot of you. I get it. Like, my team has been insufferable and miserable for a decade. Your team, when good, still can't get past the first round. In fact, the Sabres have actually won a first round or a playoff round more recently than the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is insanity if you ask me. But God, man, Maple Leafs fans have to be like absolutely ready to lose it, because that payroll, that team, no goaltending right now. I'm sorry. Jack Campbell hurt. Mrazek is hot garbage. You guys need to find a goalie in the worst kind of way if you actually think you're going to win a playoff round. It without a doubt. Holy shit. It's yeah, they're terrible. That situation is terrible right now. And what a week for us Sabres fans. Am I right? Like, to go into that Jack Eichel Vegas. Well, first off, to go and slap around the Maple Leafs, 5-1, and then you have that game against the Florida where you lose 5-0. That was a huge bummer. But then you come into that Vegas game knowing the emotion surrounding everything, and you know what? You play a hard fought game. I won't take anything away from the Vegas Golden Knights. They played hard. Sabres just played better. An unbelievable finish, a very poetic finish with Alex Tuch stripping Jack Eichel along the boards of the puck for the empty net goal. Peyton Krebs scoring. Peyton Krebs scoring against twice today. Getting that win, having Jack Eichel throw so much shade, being so salty with Sabres fans, being honestly a huge cocksucker. I'm sorry for my language, but he was huge cocksucker. And then to come into this outdoor game where the Sabres have been winless in two of them, have lost to both the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Rangers in the Winter Classic, to come into this outdoor game as the home team in Hamilton, where I think for the Sabres goal song, they were playing "Let Me Clear My Throat," which is insanity to me. Come on, get it right up there. But to come into this game, obviously all the pressure's on a team like Toronto. You guys have to start performing. I mean, this next stretch leading into the postseason, you guys have to figure it out. You have 8 days until the trade deadline to come to this game. You guys really, especially after losing the way you did to Buffalo, they should have been pissed off. They should have been absolutely pissed off. And whether we're the home team or not, this is your home ice. You have all the fan support there that we do. We don't have it. And to come into this game and to play the way you did, and granted, the first period was bad. Second period was a lot better. And then the Sabres just really, buckled down and, won a hard-fought game. And again, Peyton Krebs, 2 goals tonight. Vinny Hinostroza, 2 goals, 3 points. That guy's up in his trade value. Rasmus Dahlin getting into it with Austin Matthews there at the end. Holy shit, that was awesome. I love to see that intensity from the Swede. That is great because that's what we need from him. See from all these guys. I mean, you see that huge melee at the end with Michael Bunting and Dylan Cousins, see Teach Thompson get into it. These guys are playing for each other. They're supporting each other. The culture difference, night and day between this year and last, is insanity. It's night and day. Absolute night and day. I'm through the roof excited. And I've got a few comments in here already from Rakeem Davis. What an amazing game. Buffalo finally wins an outdoor game. Absolutely, Rakeem again. The Leafs is the same team that lost to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver 2 years ago. Absolutely. David Ayers. This is wild. I am through the roof excited. Anytime the Sabres beat the Leafs, I am literally elated. And to do it on the outdoor game, on TNT, on a national stage, I mean, chef's kiss. Absolutely. So really, I'm just going to go over real quick here. I'll bring up the actual stats of the game. But, I mean, honestly, who cares? Because the Sabres beat the Leafs. So, game was played in Hamilton. The sweaters, I like the jerseys. Didn't mind Toronto's jersey. I get it. They're playing homage to the Toronto arenas. Nice little touch. And then the Sabres, kind of very similar to their last Winter Classic jersey, but more off-white. I still liked it. I would have preferred to see them maybe pay a little homage to the goat head jersey if they could have. I think that really would have really made this game absolutely perfect. Not to say that it wasn't. But goals for Toronto coming from Andre Cash. I always butcher his name. And I believe Austin Matthews getting his 45th goal in, I think, 54 or 56 games. Guy is on an absolute tear of the league. And then assists going to Nylander, Tavares, Kerfoot, and TJ Brody. Brody had a goal today, too, off the Vinny Hinostroza goal. Vinny Hinostroza threw the puck to the net, and he essentially kicked the puck in his own net. You love to see an own goal, especially when it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then the Sabres stat line, Vinny Hinostroza, 2 goals and an assist for 3 points, 5 shots on goal. Peyton Krebs, 2 goals. Tage Thompson with a goal and assist, 2.9. Dylan Cousins, Robert Hagg, Kyle Okposo, Matthias Samuelsson, all with assists. Matthias Samuelsson looked great tonight. The guy just knows how to use his size perfectly. His play in his own end. He's the guy we've been looking for a long time, a really shutdown defenseman, and he's just going to keep getting better. I am so excited to see what's to come from this kid in years to come, because he has been everything we've been needing in a really kind of stay-at-home shutdown defenseman. Big body, mean guy. He's just going to keep getting bigger, and he's just going to keep getting meaner. So I'm excited about Matthias Samuelsson. Great game from him. Honestly, I would almost make him my 3rd star, because he played very, very, very well. He's very noticeable in his own end. So, with that being said, just another thing too. Yeah, sorry. The TNT broadcast was absolutely horrendous. Like, I love Wayne Gretzky and everything, but even going into that game when talking about the Jack Eichel situation, to sit there and listen to all those guys. I mean, you knew Biz was going to defend him. I mean, why wouldn't Biz defend his favorite guest of all time on Spit and Chicklets? He's going to defend him. But to hear the rest of that panel really, defend Jack Eichel for his comments, that's bullshit. We had Cam Jansen on 2 Goalies 1 Mic earlier today leading into the game, and he said outside it, he's like, you don't take shots at the fans. I don't care, how much they boo you. If at most, maybe your response is you look up at them, you wink at them, you wave to them, whatever. That's your shot at the fans. You don't take direct shots, though, verbally to the fans in any capacity. And to sit there and see those guys, a bunch of, respected guys in the NHL too, to sit there and defend those comments from Jack Eichel was absolute bush league. I mean, I lost a lot of respect for those guys. I don't know if Wayne Gretzky himself commented on it, but I love Wayne on the goal. He called it a goal right away on Krebs' second goal. I mean, Mrazek literally, you can see it, intentionally takes his glove and knocks the net off before the puck could go in. And, they weren't buying into those shenanigans. The officials made the right call. I don't care if that upsets Leafs fans. It's true. That was the right call. The goalie intentionally knocked the net off because he knew he was out of position and wasn't going to, really make that save. So, yeah, and I did send out a tweet in the beginning of the game. If the Buffalo Sabres win the Heritage Classic, that I would in fact buy a Alex Tuch Heritage Classic jersey, and I absolutely will, Carson. Intern Carson with 2 goalies with Mike. You bet your ass I will buy an Alex Tuck Heritage Classic jersey, or maybe I'll hold out for the goat head. We'll see. If fans will allow me to do that, I'll hold out for the goat head. But we'll see what the fans say. I'll tweet it out later. Am I allowed to hold out for the goat head, or do I have to buy the Heritage Classic? Okay. Another comment here from Rakeem Davis. Not going to lie, their commentary almost took me out of the game. Yeah, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, man. Just like it was, I understand like you want like some of the side conversation, but I remember the one point that I had Wayne Gretzky talking for like 5 minutes straight over the play-by-play. It's like, I love hearing from the great one, but Jesus, come on, guys, like call the game. And it seriously just felt like a Toronto broadcast. All the Canada talk, all the Toronto talk, the history, they really didn't really, I mean, you didn't hear anything about the history of our franchise or the city itself until Wayne started talking about Gilbert Perreault and the French Connection. I was like, oh, wow, finally. That's cool. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, great one. Paramount Pictures, hashtag Hey Jack. Absolutely. We should be letting Jack Eichel know how we feel right now, how loud we can get. We need to get that going. Hashtag Hey Jack. I tweeted it out earlier. We need to get that going. Hashtag Hey Jack. I remember when we started the hashtag Where's Kim movement, there needs to be a movement for hashtag Hey Jack, because, you need to let him know, like, buddy, we're fine without you. When we're in his head, don't you make any mistake about it. He's paying attention to what's going on in Buffalo, and he's going to hate every single win, every single accomplishment we make. He is going to hate it. So get on your Twitter handles, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever, hashtag Hey Jack. Let him know. Tag him. I don't give a shit. He needs to know that we are putting him in our rear view mirror. I mean, it's not so much so to speak, but, if he wants to be petty, so can we. Again, you need to watch the game, turn the volume off, and turn on WGR 550. Unfortunately, I had had a friend over to watch the game, so, we were watching the TV broadcast. I am glad you noticed about the stupid banter and commentary and Wayne we're having. I just completely tuned out to what was being said, and it was like the TV was on mute. Yeah, I need more play-by-play and in-game conversation, not the side stuff. Sometimes the side stuff is cool and everything. It gives you a different dynamic of the game, but, this is a big moment, big game for the NHL this year. Anything outdoor is a big moment for them. So I didn't need all the side conversation. I just didn't. So, to see, and let's be real. Austin Matthews, granted, it'll probably end up being a fine. I think it's a suspendable offense. I think it's absolutely cross-checked him right in the head. 100%. You need to suspend Austin Matthews. So without question, you need to suspend Austin Matthews. Like, he cross-checked Rasmus Dahlin in the head. Without a doubt, you suspend that guy. I mean, without question, in my opinion, at least. The play happened. Dahlin and Matthews were getting into it a little bit. Things were being said back and forth. And, I don't know what, like I love that intensity from Dahls. He took a big hit along the boards to make a play. Goes to the net, is really giving Matthews the business. Matthews gives it right back. There's an exchange, but then Matthews isn't like what Dahlin does. He cross-checks him right in the head. I just don't understand how, George Peros doesn't call that at least a 2-game suspension. I know Matthews is, 45 and 56 games, having an unbelievable MVP-like season, but you have to push that aside. You need to set a precedent, and just like, you can't let guys do that. You can't. And put the Toronto bias aside, the Canadian bias aside. You absolutely need to suspend Austin Matthews without a doubt. I don't see it any other way. A few more comments here. Again, Paramount Pictures again coming in. What are the chances Dahlin gets punished too with our luck? Nah, Dahlin isn't going to get anything. No way. I mean, that stuff happens every game. Dahlin, yeah, maybe he deserved a penalty, but not what Matthews did is suspendable, 100%. How many games you think for this bench? I give it 2. He doesn't have a long history like a Brad Marchand. I give him 2 games. But still, 2 games is better than 0 or a $5,000 fine, which we've seen the NHL do before. I remember when Alexander Ovechkin hit Danny Briere from behind into the opening of the bench doors, and Danny was absolutely motionless on the bench. I thought he was dead. I remember I was watching. I thought he was dead. And it was a blatant hit from behind. The puck was nowhere near the play. It was a real, shitty move by Ovechkin, and Ovechkin got fined. I think it was either $1,500 or $5,000, which I'm assuming he laughed at when he got that notification. He probably wrote the check right there in that moment and sent it in the mail. But absolutely, guys. Again, just a phenomenal week for us as Sabres fans, and that game had so much good pace to it. Never really was boring in terms of game action. Buffalo, after the first period, they were really taking it to the Leafs after the first, really controlling all three zones. Their passing was getting out of the zone pretty clean. Their zone entries are pretty clean. I think they were beating Toronto in shots 13-3 at one point in the first. And then Toronto got a power play. They kind of closed the gap a little bit. First period ends 0-0. And then Toronto really started taking it to us in the second period, had us on our heels a little bit. They score first. We come back and we tie it real quick with a nice goal from Peyton Krebs. And then Austin Matthews scores his 45th of the season. Again, I think the phenomenal glove save from Craig Anderson came right before the cash goal. And then we tied, and then Austin Matthews comes up back and puts him up 2-1. And then, Vinny Hinostroza. No, sorry. Vinny had the first goal. I think. And then I might be mistaken. I actually have it right here. I can look. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I want to just get on here and talk to you all. First goal was. It's actually not telling me. Never mind. Who doesn't matter? First goal was, I believe, I want to say when it's Hinostroza, and then Krebs had the second goal. Or no, it was. Krebs was the first goal because it was a beautiful pass from Hinostroza, and Hinostroza's first goal was on the deflected pass to the front, which went in the net, and then Vinny on the really bad angle for number 3 to put Buffalo out front from the horrible angle that I'm sure is going to have Toronto fan base just pulling their hair out because Mrazek has been absolute garbage for a couple weeks now, and with Campbell on the shelf being hurt, their options are kind of limited in that. So I would definitely expect, along with blue line help, Toronto's going to be looking for a goalie at the deadline. I threw a shout out at Steve Dangle. I sent him Craig Anderson compared to Peter Mrazek stats, and while Anderson's stat line in terms of GA and save percentage wasn't all that much better than it was better than Mrazek, but I mean Craig Anderson theoretically plays on a much worse team than the Toronto Maple Leafs and has the same stat line as Mrazek. So I'd imagine Craig Anderson would be a step up above Peter Mrazek. 100%. 41-year-old Craig, win number 301. Got a couple clicks for the guy. He's been playing phenomenal for Buffalo. He's really holding in Buffalo, keeping us in games since the start of the season. So this game had everything, fighting, pretty much fighting, a lot of physical play, a lot of chirping back and forth. I really think this is the beginning of that rivalry coming back again, because that's one of the things I've missed so much is the Sabres-Toronto rivalry meaning something again. And I think this is the start of it. The turning point for this franchise, in my opinion, was that moment when Tuck scored the empty net goal after stripping Jack of the puck along the boards. But I really think this game in itself is going to be a turning point and bringing back this rivalry and making it relevant again, because this game had everything. It really did have everything. Could have a better commentary, but it had everything. And I'm just so over the moon excited. Blow Leafs, blow, baby. Come on. Who doesn't love a Toronto Maple Leafs loss? Who doesn't? Come on. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. But with that being said, guys, I'm sure you all want to get back to your Sunday nights, enjoying time with your family or friends. I have a men's league game tonight at 10:30. So just under 3 hours until that starts. So I'm going to wind down and relax, enjoy this win. But I can't get over how well they played, man. And, one of the biggest things too is it's literally like watching it's like the transition of how tough it was for this team to close out games early in the season when they had leads. Now they're not out of games, even when they don't have a lead. They're coming back. They're scratching and clawing back. They're getting a lead, and they're going to the third period and getting these games in the garage and winning. So that's huge for me. I that's just part of this shift in culture, this positive shift in culture. And I'm over the moon excited to see what's to come in future games. Again, I'm going to take a quick look here to see what the Sabres have in store on their schedule next. They move to 20-32-8 on the season. Again, not a great record, but they're moving in the right direction. Next game is Thursday in Edmonton against the Oilers. Going to visit Connor McDavid and an Edmonton Oilers team that's more or less struggled, been on and off again. They won. They actually beat the Lightning. Why should I say that? Beat the Lightning 4-1 yesterday. But since bringing in Evander Kane, which is a very controversial move in itself, they've really started to turn things on. In their last 5 games, they are in their last 5. Actually, they're 2-3 in their last 5 with losses to the Blackhawks, the Canadians, which is funny, losing to the Flames, which it happens. That's a great hockey team. But then they beat the Capitals, a good Capitals team, and they beat a Lightning team, which is stacked top to bottom and great goaltending. Their next game is Tuesday against the Red Wings. That's a team I would expect them to beat. They should beat at least. And then they have Buffalo. At home too, which is a 9:00 start this coming Thursday. So hopefully we visit Edmonton. I think this is the first time we've played them this season. Could be correcting. I don't remember if we've played them at all this year or not. But if it is the first time we played Edmonton without Jack Eichel. So, I'm excited to see how this team, after 2 big wins against the Vegas Golden Knights and the Toronto Maple Leafs, 2 very top-end teams in the league, going to Edmonton, a team who's 2-3 in their last 5, see how they do against Detroit on Tuesday. Hopefully come out with their 3rd win in a row, going on a 3-game heater here. Well, all is right in the universe now. We own Toronto again. I wouldn't say we own Toronto, but we have won the last 2. Get the lotion and icy hot ready. I know, right? I mentioned this on the podcast. I used to rub lotion and icy hot under car door handles at Sabres games when I was younger. When I see their license plates were from the Ontario, Toronto area, just because I was a petty Sabres fan who hated the Leafs. Stuck at the border. What a game. Love to see it. Dominator 39. Love your handle, bud. Sabres presence was at the game. Obviously, it was overwhelmingly in favor of Toronto, but we did show out a little bit in Hamilton. We played them in November. Okay, so it is our 2nd time playing the Edmonton Oilers without Jack Eichel. We beat the Oilers in November. We did? Oh, great. That's fantastic. I'm sorry. I should know that stuff. Thank you, Doug. But, guys, so I'm excited. It's my 2nd time saying this. Whenever the Leafs lose and it comes at the hands of the Buffalo Sabres, I always tend to somehow lose my train of thought because just the excitement is overwhelming. But it really does mean that much to me to see this team. It's like the Bills beating the Patriots. See the Sabres beat the Leafs. It means a lot to me because that rivalry just really, really meant a lot. You see that picture behind me of Rob Ray and Ty Domi. I think it's autographed by both. I live for those games, live for those times back when Buffalo absolutely used to dominate the Leafs. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come where we just continue to dominate the Leafs. So I'll hang up and listen, guys. Thanks for hopping on with me. Go Sabres, blow Leafs, blow. And remember, this is brought to you by Outlet Liquor, the place to buy a case. And we will talk to you on Thursday when the Sabres play the Edmonton Oilers. You guys have a good night. Take care. Let's go Buffalo.